Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Wish You Were Beer, a weekly show where we pick a beer and pick a brewery and go through some of the history of the brewery and some of the highs and lows, and also try the beer and check in the beer on Untapped. So if you'll notice down in the comment section, we do have a like, subscribe, and share button. And if you do me a favor and hit that, that would be great. And also, if you notice, we use Beer Drop to get all of our beers. It's a beer subscription service. There's also our little code down there that gets you $10 off, and we get $10 off as well. Or I should say Phil gets $10 off, which is nice. So if you hit that link, you can get all the same beers that we're having. We try to update our beers every week so that you can see what beer we're doing the following week, so that hopefully you can drink along with us and check in the beer with us. It also has all of our individual Untapped handles as well as our show Untapped handle. So if you do like to hear from us or just want to see what beer we're drinking or what time of the day we're having a beer, feel free to join in. Feel free to join in. But other than that, as always, I'm Daniel. This is my equal partner in crime, Tiffany, the beautiful bearded man on the moon. As always is Phil. How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing well. He talked to me this week. It was fantastic.
So he doesn't often say much.
But yeah, no, I've had a good week up here.
Yeah.
Same old.
How's your new earbuds?
Oh, you notice you don't have the white cords anymore.
You look like a bass player from Kings of Leon.
Look, I've been playing a lot of bass up here. When I play bass, I play way up here because this is how a bassist plays. It's only 2 fingers. It's a lot of flicking.
2 fingers, a lot of flicking. Sounds like a past relationship.
Oh, not wrong.
Boy, right off the bat.
It's going well so far.
Tiffany, how are you?
If my grandparents are watching, I apologize.
I don't. Grandma knows what I'm talking about.
She followed your Instagram.
But things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good. This week was my birthday, so it's my birthday week. So I'm old. And so, I've been celebrating the whole week, and that's about it.
Great. You got your second shot this week.
I did. I got my second COVID shot as well. So today is actually the day after, and I'm not dying. So I scheduled it purposely so I could maybe miss this, but it didn't work out like that.
No dice. No dice.
Daniel, how are you doing?
If I was any better, I'd be you.
That makes sense. So one of the cool things we've got going on this week is, so we're drinking a beer from Rails End, and we actually got the head brewer and one of the owners on the show this week.
We somehow conned them into talking with us.
Right. We're like, hey, we have this brand new show. You want to join us? And for whatever reason, they said yes. So pretty excited.
So why don't we bring them in?
First, I'm just going to quickly show where Rails End is, and then we're going to bring them in. You can tell we rehearsed.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to bring in Nate and Dale to the show.
Hey, guys.
Guys, thank you for joining us.
Sure. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so,
thank you very much.
Dale, you're one of the owners. If you'd like to introduce yourself and just talk a little bit about maybe why you started and how you got into it.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Dale. Nice to meet everybody who's listening and watching and enjoying the show. I did corporate America for about 25 plus years, and just really got burnt out on it and wanted to do something fun and energetic and instead of the same old rat race. And so I decided, let's get in the brewery life. And as I get older, and hey, by the way, it's my birthday, and happy birthday to you as well.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dale.
Cheers.
Thank you. I needed a change of pace, and I needed a change of fun more than anything.
Absolutely.
So we were fortunate enough. We have such a wonderful team. From our brew crew, they're fantastic. To our bar staff, they're fantastic. I'm probably the least talented of all of them. So I don't.
Something tells me, Dale, you have other talents. I have a feeling that you bring to the table. I got a feeling about you.
I can fix the hell out of a toilet.
That was my first guess, based on your shirt alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, just a change of pace, man. That's all. That's really all. And a place where you go and you you smile and you wear basketball shorts and T-shirts, and so that's why we're doing it. That's why I'm doing it. Lifestyle.
We were just having a conversation about basketball shorts. Daniel, you want to show
I don't
us
want to
your-
talk about my basketball shorts.
Look how sexy I am. I got my basketball shorts on, my purple shoes.
Oh,
See, I'm not good at selfies, obviously.
You guys are wearing pants?
Yeah.
I can't even get myself on here. I tried, man.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
Oh, like I didn't know I already needed to work at a brewery. Now I definitely know I need to work at a brewery.
It was a valiant effort.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
And so now, Nate, you're the head brewer, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Cool. How long you been doing it?
I'm coming up on 2 years here in the fall.
Nice,
So,
nice.
Yeah,
2 years
love
in the industry or 2 years at Rails End?
2 years as head brewer. I've been with Rails End about a month after they opened, so almost 5 years.
Okay,
in
cool.
September.
Cool.
Yeah. So
now, is the beer we're having tonight one of yours?
yeah, yep. The Flying Umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So if we hate it,
Yeah, this puts a lot of pressure on my review, and that's
Oh boy.
Hey, for the record, here's the assistant brewer. His name's Hayden. I'm just going to introduce him real quick.
I love it.
And we also get to see the brewery.
Ah, cheers. How you doing? Hey,
Cheers, hey man.
yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, these guys are the glue of the company, man. They really are.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Now, Nate, when you first got hired, what position were you?
Janitor, pretty much.
You can all fix the toilet, and that's great.
Yeah. Wiping down tanks, mopping, sweeping the floors, and eventually running, milling grain and running the brews, cleaning tanks, and then so just stuck with it. Did the certificate program through Regis here in Denver. That helped out a ton with more of the knowledge and understanding between the science behind brewing and applying it, and I enjoyed every minute of it, and it's helped me out a ton.
So do you mind if I jump in, because Nate is such a humble human being. I need to give him a little more press than that.
Yes,
Okay?
please go for it.
Nate walked in here right after we opened and asked, "Hey guys, can I volunteer? I'll do anything. I want to learn about this business."
Nice.
Nate put himself through school, got a certificate program like he said. Nate read multiple books. Nate did everything it took on his own to get to where he's at, and that's why he owns the brewery shop right now. Nate is a badass, and we love him and appreciate him. But he walked in here unpaid for months, and because we didn't have the budget at the time to pay anybody, and he made a huge sacrifice. And Nate's story is really incredible, because here's a guy who really, really, really was committed to getting in this business and becoming a head brewer, and he does a wonderful job. So that's what I have to say about Nate.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, Nate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Man.
That
That's
being
fantastic.
said, Nate, after that, what did you do before this?
Nothing too exciting.
He was a stripper on Colfax in Denver.
I told you, don't tell anybody.
What?
Come on, man.
that was what? Colfax? What's the address?
Well, he left the job, so you got to see him here now.
Maybe I can take a button down real quick.
Yeah, now we're talking.
No, but really, cheers to Dale for letting me come in here and giving it a shot, and believing in me and letting me do my thing, and I love it, man. So thank you, Dale.
You're very
That's
welcome,
a ton of
sir.
fun.
But wouldn't be the same without you, honestly. You are really the embodiment of this Rails End community. So
Listen, if you guys would like us just to leave you two alone, we're happy.
I'm gonna get undressed.
all right,
No,
all right, here we go. Oh, you're taking his shirt off. I'm coming over.
Like this is-
Oh shit! Here he is. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Well, with that first piece of nudity,
There's a first forever.
there it is. I'm just so glad it was Dale. So glad. Why don't we get into some of the history and some of the trivia on things?
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
let's talk about the beer. We'll
dare
just
you.
bring up some trivia so that it kind of gets us going to find out a little bit more about you guys.
And so basically, Dale, we're going to try to answer the questions correctly, and then you guys can chime in and let us know whether we're right or wrong and why.
Yep. So, true or false, Rails End Flying Umbrella Hazy IPA uses 3 different hop variants, the Azaka, Citra, and El Dorado.
El Dorado is a Disney movie, so I'm going to say false.
And I'm going to say true because I believe in it.
So, Nate, Dale?
I'm going to defer to Nate.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just throw random things in there.
Nate and Hayden knows. I mean, it's got hot dogs in it. It's got sausage.
It's got hot dog water.
That's true.
It's got the sweat and tears of Nate when he was a stripper. That's
right.
what it's got in it.
I didn't think there's any of those left.
So I asked Hayden, and he said the answer is true.
All right.
Yeah. So now Citra is a pretty popular IPA hop. I mean, I feel like a lot of different variations of Citra hops come into play on any given IPA. I'm not as familiar with the El Dorado. Mm-hmm. Where does that come from? What's the big deal with that?
El Dorado, it contributes more like stone fruit, like nectarine, white peach, apricot type flavors.
So a little bit more like the citrusy end of things. Yeah.
Yep. And Azaka brings more it's like some sort of like peppery spice, a little resiny, ripe mango, papaya type flavors. And citrus more like citrusy, grapefruit, gooseberry type flavors. So the 3 of those make a pretty good like fruity type cocktail for a hazy IPA. So
I pronounced it totally wrong. What is it? That first one?
Azaka.
Azaka. What did I say? I was wrong. Whatever it was.
Pronouncing it wrong too. So
you're
all right.
We're obviously going to defer to you on any actual relevant information on beer because I'm really good at drinking it.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yep.
I'll drink to that.
What are you drinking right now, Dale? Are you having the hazy?
I'm having the hazy, yes.
All right.
You don't know how the show works.
Yeah, you're ahead of us. I've got 2 cans here that are unopened, and I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get to the next question so we can move this along.
So, another true or false, Rails End Beer Company opened their doors in August of 2006. Now, if you were listening,
false.
This answer was already given, and that's fine. Thanks,
well done, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. Reveal that one to us.
I finally get one right.
So, it was actually 2016, I believe, correct?
August 12th, 2016.
Nice.
Yep.
Now, what oh, you already told us about that. I'm moving on. We're moving on.
Yeah, Bill. Who wants to drink the beer?
Give me a second. Yep. What's the next one we got here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so this is the fun one. Okay. So why is the beer called the Flying Umbrella? So, the head brewer, Nate, has always been a big fan of Mary Poppins.
Oh, God, I hope.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Multiple Colorado storms have taken out their temper tantrum on the patio umbrellas at Rails End. Or C, there was a small child who was outside the brewery during a blustery day and got slightly carried off with his umbrella the day they were brewing the beer.
Oh, God, I hope it's C. I'm going with C now.
You should have been there. It was a mess.
They still haven't found the kid.
Right. I gotta go with C. Just because it's my favorite answer.
I'm just gonna go with B, just so I'm right.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going confident on this.
Yes, you are. Good Lord.
I was like, wait a second. Were you on the email?
Right. All right. So what's the answer, Nate?
I kind of like the kid flying away on the umbrella, but no, it's our patio umbrellas. Whenever there's a flash, rainstorm, they always just fly away.
So I like it.
I think you're gonna have
to change it flying umbrella.
Yeah, you gotta change the can to have like a little kid, hanging on.
I agree. Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
We had a line item on DNL for umbrellas.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Just constantly replacing umbrellas. Like, well, it happened again.
I swear to God, you can't even imagine how many umbrellas we actually replace every season.
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
gotta remember to bring them down.
Yeah.
Well,
That
The
was feel
second
like that.
season, that's on y'all.
it comes
That's
up
almost
quick
like
over
a,
those rocky mountains, though.
Yeah.
I'd go just to like see the flying of the umbrellas. Is like
Right.
it should be like a thing you should call.
It's hilarious. It's totally hilarious. We should have cameras out there just to catch them.
You could. Y'all gotta have a whole
Oh,
beer, like a whole beer garden, like episode of just flying umbrellas and
Just
getting
have like
forced air.
the live cam,
Totally.
like the traffic cam, but it's an umbrella cam.
You should serve the beer with little umbrellas in it, and the second you put it in, have a blow dryer and to just fly it out of the cup. The second they get
Oh, that is such a good idea.
it, there
That
you
is
go.
such a good idea.
I'd expect the next beer to be named after me. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
It's called Bearded Weirdo.
Oh no.
That's a great name for a beer, by the way.
Okay, so next one is what is the most popular beer at Rails End? Toasted Marshmallow Stout, the Flying Umbrella Hazy IPA, they have a Blood Orange Double IPA, a Honey Blonde Ale, or a Black IPA.
If it's the most popular, I'm gonna go with the Honey Blonde Ale because that's probably the most universally like drinkable. Like people who don't even like beer could probably have a Honey Blonde Ale and be pretty comfortable with
You're
it.
like, do you think like a Bud Light?
Right. So you could drink a Honey Blonde. No,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Blood Orange Double IPA because I'm a big Blood Orange fan. And I'm kind of hoping that that's what it is.
I think you're wrong. But however, Vero is 100% with you as well.
Thank you, Vero.
All
So
right.
what
What's
do
the
we
answer,
got?
Nate?
So I'm a little torn on this one, and because we can go based off of sales, and we can go based off of style. But I'll tell you what, sales wise, Blood Orange Devil is the winner. But we have so much demand to bring back that toasted marshmallow stout. It's not even funny.
Oh, I bet that is good.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
We were about to bring it back, but there's a shortage of the marshmallow puree that we use, so we weren't able to bring it back. So, but people are begging for that to come back out. So, but revenue wise, it's Blood Orange Devil, but Hazy's messing with it. So
Interesting.
What is
Yeah.
going on back there? I have to ask.
Oh.
Is that the
Oh, we
music
got
or is that a
live
band?
We got live music.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
you don't
I'm
have to.
somewhere else.
No, don't apologize. I love that you guys do have it. I was just wondering what it was. It sounds fantastic.
Is it too loud? Do I need to move?
No.
Do we have to send them a royalty now? You guys know we don't make any money on this, right? Okay.
We just drink the beer.
Correct.
It's really just a reason for us to hang out together.
Perfect.
Okay, so
I'm
how
not
many
really
Bug
good up
Club
there.
members does Rails and
Nope,
Beer?
nope.
How many Mug Club members?
Yes. So 120, 150, 200, or 270.
I'm gonna aim high for you guys. I'm going 270. I mean, you're in Colorado. I'm sure it's a great spot. You got live music going on right now. You're probably killing it.
But I don't know enough about the mug clubs because unfortunately I'm not a part of one.
Right.
Well,
But
It's a little different where you're at currently.
yeah, I'm just gonna go the solid 200 because I just feel like that's like a great, just solid number of mug club.
You know the answer, so you don't get to guess.
right, I never get to guess. This is my
Dale, do you know the answer
this is
or
my
no?
gift. This is my gift to you.
I actually
I
know
don't.
this answer.
I don't know the answer, so yeah.
Uh-oh.
No one knows the answer.
We know the answer.
Timmy knows the
I
answer.
know the answer. All right, so Lisa, who is actually Dale's spouse, she runs the marketing aspect of the brewery. She sent me all the answers. So as of right now, they have 270 Mug Club members.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
And I'm gonna correct Lisa's title. She's the boss of all of us. We're all terrified of her.
Yeah.
And I know
Big
she's
time.
listening because she's the toughest person that works here.
I saw one email from her and I was like, I'm not involved in this show this week.
No.
No, Lisa's a sweetheart. She's solid. She's rock solid. But I'm afraid of her.
That's what you should be.
So as someone not in a mug club, unfortunately, please tell me about your guys' mug club. What's the deal?
So the Mug Club, just to start, they pay an annual membership for that, and then what they get, what the perks are is everybody comes in here who's not a Mug Club member. We just serve them a normal 16-ounce pint. So they get their own custom logoed and engraved with their name and their Mug Club number mug. That's 20, just a hair over 20 ounces. So every beer they get is an extra 4 ounces plus. Every 10 visits, they get a free pour. They hit certain milestones with their visits. They earn beer, they earn crowler, and I don't mean like crowlers and that type of thing. And at a certain level of visits, we make a bunch of T-shirts specifically for the Mug Club members that have hit their number of visits. So we try to richen it up with beer because that's what it seems that these guys really like a lot. So we richen it up with beer and throw some merch at it and you know, just try to create I guess a team about it, you know. So it's pretty cool. Like the Mug Club membership around here, they're so tight. So many people know each other. So many relationships have been built from these members, and we do like, for example, we did a fish fry. COVID hit and changed a lot of things. We all know that. However, like we're about to do a member barbecue where we provide all the food, do a Christmas party, and that's all the food's provided and beer and things like that. So it's just they're just treated as family, which is really cool. So it's a great community.
That's fantastic.
That's very cool. Well, now I want a mug.
And a lot of perks.
I'm going to drive through just to get a mug.
True story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over and grab a mug and show one to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see one.
Yeah,
well, while you grab that,
we'll
do the last question while he does that.
Sure.
Which is,
True or false?
if this is false, you guys are getting cut off. I'm turning you off.
It could be the county that they're in. It could be the state. We don't know.
Dale's a big fan of cats, so.
I don't want to talk about Lee.
Obviously, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, dog friendly.
I'm going to say it's dog friendly. It has to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
100%, right, Nate?
I don't know. I only just work here, so.
Don't lie to me. You've seen that dog in the building.
Oh, so I wore my pet all the dog shirt. So
I see more cats than dogs, so.
Oh, nice. There's the glass.
Oh, that is a cool mug.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
very cool.
We're called the Rails End Gang. So
let me ask a dumb question. Where does Rails End come from? What was the original idea for that?
Okay. So let me go back to the dog question. I will have you know that we were voted in the top 5 of dog-friendly breweries in the state of Colorado.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
So Rails End, and I'll be brief about it. Before we opened, money was really tight, and there's a lot of capital investment when you try to open one of these things.
Sure.
And I was we were on a family vacation up in the mountains, just up skiing for the holidays, and I saw this picture on the wall. It was a painting. It wasn't a picture. It was a painting of the rail system running through the mountains. And I was looking at it, and I was like, this is just like life. You see where the tracks go, and you've seen our logo.
Yep.
And we've all been in places in life where we feel like, man, if I just get to that point right there, I've solved that problem, or I made it, or I've gotten where I needed to be. But the thing is you can see it from afar, but once you get up there, you realize, holy cow, where'd that track go now? It just dipped behind a mountain, and I don't know where my life's going or where my journey's at. So Rails End is basically what I would describe as, it's the pause point where you regroup, you get your bearings about you again, you take a drink of a nice cold craft beer, and let's go. It's time to go for the next chapter. So Rails End is the it's the false. Well, it's not false. It's the new beginning is what Rails End really means.
That makes sense.
So,
I can see that, and it's definitely from the logo as well. That puts the logo in a much better perspective as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, that's what it's about. I was just sitting there thinking, frustrated, stressed, running out of money, and I was like, man, life's journey is pretty crazy. So you never know where it's gonna go. Take your pause point and let's go. Let's go. We gotta keep fighting.
Now
that sounds like Nate when he had his old job.
Yeah. He didn't
Well, let's try this damn thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Let's drink this.
Now, Spoiler alert, though. So we get all of our beer from Beer Drop. We've started a new system where our beer fridge out in the garage has a certain shelf that is show beers, and the rest are just fun beers that we get. I drank a show beer a couple weeks ago, and it was this one.
So we're now having to share.
We're
my
having to
beer.
split it because there's two in the box, normally one for each of us.
Oh,
My
nice.
dad drank one already.
I was like, you have to drink my beer now on the show.
Smells great. though.
I mean, that's the most pain is that you
Right.
lost out, Tiffany.
And I had to take the fall for this, and that's it. But anyway, so here's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's a really pretty color. It's really it's lighter than I would have expected for a 7%er.
He can pour it out. He turns everything out of the can. We've never seen the color before.
So I'd love for you to explain to me, Nate. I've been noticing the hazy IPA thing has become very popular right now. Will you explain the difference between an IPA and a hazy IPA?
Oh no.
Sure. I mean, I don't even know half the time because, the styles get so mixed up. But an IPA, typically they're clear. They've got more bitterness than, than the hazy IPA. The hazy IPAs are going to be obviously, cloudy. We use malts with higher protein content, so that contributes to the hazy appearance. This one in particular, we use a yeast strain that's it's got a lower flocculating factor, which means it's still in suspension. It doesn't like to fall out as easy as regular ale strains, so that contributes to more of the mouthfeel of the beer.
You said that key word. We always joke about mouthfeel. It's like it's our favorite. It's our favorite thing to check in on Untapped. You gotta have the mouthfeel.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I've done that since 6th grade.
Yeah. Yep. So it's more like a medium mouthfeel, like not super heavy, not super bitter. We do a small bittering addition just to balance the sweetness of the beer. But yeah, there's also East Coast like juicy IPAs which have barely any bitterness, but they're more about hop flavor. Right. So I like to have a little bit of balance in this one. You want to be able to keep drinking it, without getting to the end of the glass and it's too sweet and you don't want to finish it, So
Or
it's all about
bitter.
drinkability. Or too bitter. Yeah.
Like, because that's my thing. Like, if it just all of a sudden, like, I just can't have another one. I need to.
Well, that's the weird part with this one is like when I first actually smelled it just now, like it came across way more bitter like on my nose than when I actually tasted it. Like once I actually tasted it, it's way easier than most other IPAs I've had.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
It is delicious.
It is.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's not just because you're here. I would have.
And also, I've already checked this beer in, so you can go check my tap.
Yeah. I try to get the most out of our ingredients. So it's all about drinkability for me, and I want to make sure that everyone has a good experience when they come in and have a pint, and they want to have more than one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could definitely have more than one, and I will tonight. Because unlike Daniel, I got two.
We're actually only going to have half of one. Yeah. All right.
Wow, that's very good. Who designed your can? Do you guys have someone do that, or because I like this can design?
So Oscar Blues here in Longmont, they've got a team through Crowler Nation. It's Angela, right?
Yeah, it's Angela. Yep. So Angela, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Angela does the actual creative work. The concept was in-house here at Rails End, which was we wanted a Sin City kind of feel on this one, and a Rocky Mountain kind of feel where you see the storm rolling in over the mountaintop. So, our blood orange can, which you may or may not have ever seen, but it has some metallics in it, and we really like how those metallics pop when they're in a cooler. And so what she did was she put the vision into the label, and Oscar Blues is a good partner for us. And I got to give a shout out to Oscar Blues because they always really get our back. And when the COVID and the canning crisis and other things that were going on, they stepped up and helped us out, and we really appreciate them a lot.
Yeah, cheers.
That's fantastic.
Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
No, I was going to bring up another. If you have something to say about that topic, keep going, Tiffany.
Oh no, it was more of just. So I love how the industry is so supportive of each other. So even though it's a competitive market of like who's going to sell more beer, the fact that everyone still works together and they collaborate in so many different methods, like it's unlike almost every other industry I've ever interacted with.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's OSHA approved.
Yeah.
That's totally OSHA approved.
Yeah. All right.
So I did want to bring up the discrepancy though before we continue. I wanted to ask you guys because we are on Untapped as much as I know brewers hate Untapped sometimes. You've got two check-ins for the Flying Umbrella, and you've got the 6.8% and you got the 7.1 in the can. Is there a difference? Why is that? And tell me about that.
I noticed that. I think that we did have a Zaka Hazy or a Zaka Citra Hazy the first go round, and there might have been a little bit of confusion there. And then I made this new one, added some El Dorado to it, and we decided to call it Flying Umbrella. So I think people just checked into both of them, mixing it up without knowing the real name of the beer because it was still early on at that point.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we thought about. We were like, something must have changed in the mixture or changed in the canning process. Something raised the ABV and they split them up and nobody knows the difference. Or that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess I want to know: is it a 6.8 or is it a 7.1?
It's a 7.1.
Yeah. All right.
You damn right it is.
It's delicious.
We're very careful. We're very careful to name a beer until we really feel like we have a product we want to put out there. And because some changes, some refinement has to happen, right? I mean, if we come up with a new idea, a new design, at some point we're going to say, okay, it's time to go to market with this thing. So there are those changes, but that's why we don't name everything right out of the bucket, is because we know we're going to change it, and then once we feel like we have a good product, we're going to name it.
Yep.
Got it.
All right, so Phil, you're up first. You get to rate this beer first.
I get to rate this first?
Yes, first.
You know what? When I first had it, I went 4.5 out of the 5 right away. I really like it. I like the haziness of it. I like the little fruit in it. So I'm going 4.5.
No one doubts your ability for little fruit.
What?
What about you, Tiffany?
Sorry, man. I keep trying to go back inside. It's too loud. I can't even hear you guys. Sorry.
No, you're good. And Daniel, a lot of times you just learn to ignore what he says.
It's normal for me.
It's been like 2 years of me just ignoring everything. So far, so good.
Great relationship we're having.
Oh, I was gonna say you and my wife would get along perfectly.
Exactly. Why, you do all the cleaning and she just ignores you?
Oh, God,
I'm gonna stay out.
Battle too much.
All right, you go.
Okay, so I very rarely rate anything over like a 4 because I'm like, I need to be like super blown away. But I'm actually torn between a 4.25 and a 4.5.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
We'll come up with it in a moment.
Okay.
I'll just be whatever makes it easier for the mathing of the
for the cumulative score. Right, yeah. We're terrible at math, so 3 people putting in decimal points.
Great at drinking beer, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm not in accounting.
I gave it a 4, which for an IPA is definitely a good score for me. And because it is extremely easy to drink, especially since it's a 7%er. Usually, 6%ers, 6.5%ers. I mean, that's where you start to see that crushable tag. I mean,
Yeah.
I would consider this crushable. I'm not gonna have 8 of them, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone should have 8 of them.
but if I'm gonna have 3 beers,
I'm gonna be a responsible adult here. Please don't binge drink.
let's not get out of here.
Daniel, I think we've been challenged to have 8 of these together when we go out there to Colorado. I think
Yeah.
that's
All right.
Signing up.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I will die. 2 beer Tiffany is a thing.
Do you care if you name a beer 2 Beer Tiffany?
Nope.
Oh, that would be so great. That's
Only
another great
on
name.
condition, you have to send us one.
Right.
Yeah.
2 beer tip.
And I need
But
it.
But I'm telling you, Tiffany, it's going to have to get a better rating if we're going to name it after you.
Ooh.
I will let you know once I taste it.
I'm so far the lowest one.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah, it's really Daniel's.
I'm
you
totally
can name it Down with Daniel. That's fine.
So that does put us right at the 4.25 then, which to me is a good score. That's a great score.
Awesome.
All right.
You stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Well, glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I will be coming through Colorado at some point in the next few months, and I will stop by. Absolutely.
Yeah, let us know.
I got to see what else you guys got out there because this is fantastic. So I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever had our blood orange?
I don't think so. However, I didn't check if I've had it on my Untapped.
Okay.
I've got a lot of beers checked in on Untapped. Well, you know, it's fine. I'm an adult.
I'm pushing 2,300. So that's original check-in. No, I'm not one of them doubler check-ins who's like, yeah, I had a Bud Light yesterday, a Bud Light today, a Bud 40,000. No.
Well, we do appreciate you guys coming on. You're our first guests. We're super happy you came on and supported us, and we're happy we could support you guys. You guys are doing great things out there.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, much gratitude for having us, guys. We really appreciate it for sure.
When I have a business trip out there, which I'm sure I will at some point, I'll definitely come visit you guys. I'll make extra day of my trip.
Now, do you guys all live in the same town? Because we can take beer back if someone comes and visits.
We live together.
No.
Okay. Nah, so we live together. Phil's in a different state, and he's actually about to be traveling through y'all's direction to another state as well. So we're kind of all over the place, but
okay. Yeah. Well, if anybody ever pops through and has a intersection of running into each other, we'll send some beer on the road with you guys.
Hey, cheers! Yeah, I love road beer. Mention that. No, never mind.
Hey, it depends on what state you're in, right?
True story.
Yeah, right.
Always good to have you in Virginia, Phil. So Nate, you mentioned earlier too. You want to plug whatever beers you got coming up? What's coming down the pipeline? What are you excited about?
Oh yeah, we got a white peach ale coming out Monday. So if any Mug Club members are watching, they get a free 10-ounce Monday.
Nice.
And then we just brewed a West Coast IPA today. I'm super excited about that. We did, Columbus, so we'll get some resiny, piney flavor, and then Citra and Centennial, so it'll be grapefruity, citrusy. I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
I'm trying
to know what the
ABV
is on it?
Nope, go ahead.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Do you know what the ABV is going to be on it yet? Or are you still in the early process?
Like 6%. It'll be 6%.
Oh,
yeah. Yep. I know
Fantastic.
7%'s a little high for the hazy, but I feel like
I'm
can't
for it.
really get those flavors unless we go a little higher,
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm super happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Nate to brew Dale's Rails Ale. Our good buddies over at Oscar Blues.
I'm for it.
Nasty Graham.
Oh no, really? I love it.
Dale's Rails Ale.
I love it. I don't usually post pictures of my beer when I check them in, but that one would be picture worthy.
100%.
Might be blurry.
Yeah, right. Well, gentlemen, we're gonna keep moving on. And I just want to say thank you so much.
Perfect.
Honestly, you guys were our first guests, and it was great to have y'all on. We really appreciate your outlook on things. I'm glad you're past your 5-year mark. That is stellar from a business model standpoint. Once you clear that 5-year hurdle, you're on your way to really good things, and we really appreciate it.
Well, yeah. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate
It
you
was
guys.
fun talking about beer and hanging out with you guys. So
My favorite.
Yeah. And honestly, this was fantastic. I love talking to people who actually do this for a living because they're so much more passionate about it than just like the two of us being like, yeah, it's citrusy. Like, so like it's great to actually hear from people who know what they're talking about.
True.
cool.
So,
Well, again,
all right.
much gratitude. Appreciate all you guys. Very nice to meet you in person. Well, kind of in person.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys have a great
COVID.
weekend. Be safe.
All right, you
Yeah,
guys
we're
too.
well.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining.
All right.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
thanks,
All
All
right.
right. What's up next, Phil?
Wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean,
I
gosh,
will
that was so
be
fun.
Contacting literally every brewery from now on to be like, what's up, man?
Bring your friends.
Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna crack open another one. So, guys, we're already at
Oh, me
40
too.
minutes, and
Yeah.
I think we got to keep going. But I want to quickly, because we do have a show, we do have a running thing. Let's just quickly look at some untapped things and see what people are saying. Let's see, and then
Yes.
we will get into that. So we got. I just loved pillowy and fluffy. What do you think of the words pillowy and fluffy?
Nap time.
It's all sexual for me. Continue.
No, please stop. Are you calling me fat?
No. You
Next. I don't have.
internet.
Oh my gosh! You just made me challenge me to try to get everything going at once. There's so many things I wanted to put up there.
I can't. So
So
I
they were-
wouldn't call that super hazy.
It's not super hazy. No.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's got the like, slightly flavor,
Yeah.
like the hazy flavor, but like we've had super hazy where it's like just heavy,
Yep.
and it's like that. How would you describe the hazy flavor? Like it's just like weird.
No,
bitter-
I think cloudy is the best description of it because it looks
Yeah.
cloudy. It's a weird mouthfeel. Like
Thanks, Kirsten. She's my
Yes,
cousin.
thank you.
she's my cousin.
Well, the
I
show
claim
is
her.
still going, so don't leave yet.
She,
Um,
she has older children, so
so
it's
in
probably their time.
I will say in true Phil form, I
Yes.
had never. Okay, in classic, I didn't really think of hazy as looking through it.
Right.
And I know that sounds really dumb. And the second he explained hazy, I was like, oh, it's literally what it
It's
looks
just
like.
the visual.
Yeah. Which I was like, what is this like hazy? Because everyone's talking about hazy, this hazy. And I was like, it's such a weird word because it's like, I mean, I get like it's a visual hazy, but at the same time, when he was like, oh, it's because it comes out not as clear as an IPA. And suddenly in my head, I was like, got it. So this is where this hazy IPA concept comes from.
Well, and that's not the stupidest thing I've ever heard, mainly because I usually don't pour my beer into a glass. Like when I'm drinking at home, if it comes in a can, it comes in a bottle, I'm usually just drinking out of it, which means typically the bottle's dark or the can's, contained so that you can't see through it, obviously, for protection of the beer. Easy beer. Protection of the beer. Anyway, but yeah, so normally, like, honestly, I think probably until I had an IPA at like an actual brewery that was a hazy IPA, I probably would never even have thought about it twice either.
Yeah, I tended to think it was like I knew there was something about it that made it different, but I didn't know really what. And for some reason, my head just never put that together. So that's something that we got from a brewer that I got tonight. So that was great for me.
That is good for you.
Learn something new every day, Phil.
You're like NBC out there, just with the more you know.
Until I keep drinking these, and then I forget everything I learned, which is it's hard up here on the moon. There's a lot less oxygen.
It is. Low oxygen, a lot of brain
Shout out
damage.
to the moon. It hasn't gotten enough shout out tonight.
I was gonna make a DMX reference, but I feel like it's too soon.
No, that's definitely too soon.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So I put up this one.
Look at this one just getting married.
That's what.
That's the only reason she's taking that picture.
Okay, I was wondering because
looks pretty.
I just thought this one was great because the guy checks in his beer and is just like, I'm going to take a picture of my future wife or wife. I don't know.
Correct.
No, there's two bands. She's married.
Yeah.
I don't know these rules of these married thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. And then what's this one say? It says balanced but light on the hops and haze. So it's light on the hops and haze. Do you agree?
A little bit, yes.
So it's not as hazy, once again, as some of the other beers that we've had, and it's not that like really hoppy, piney. So it, like I would say it's light on that, and like looking at it, it's a relatively light color. It's lighter, easier to drink, I guess. Like he was saying, it's a drinkable beer, so it's not like a heavy beer, but I think it's balanced. So I think that's a relatively...
I think you basically just described balanced. Like you went all the way around the word balanced and got back to balanced. You're right. Person. Well done, Brian A.
Well done.
Bitter finish.
Back to my first marriage.
No, much like this relationship.
I agree with the bitter finish. I know he had mentioned that like he wanted you to be able to drink more than one sort of thing. And I can definitely drink more than one of these. I don't know if I can go past two, I mean.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite.
I don't think it's bitter towards the end. But then again, there's some very bitter IPAs. Like last week's was like bitter. Like that was a bitter finish to me.
Right.
Yeah. I did notice... You know what? I've always looked at the foam now and thought about the hop oil on the foam because I poured a beer the other night and it came up with all this foam and I was like, look at that hop oil just sitting on top of the foam, just sitting on top of it.
So hold on. Hold on. So when you pour it, that could just be you're a terrible beer pourer.
I'm a terrible beer pourer.
I am not. I say a lot of negative things about myself, but beer pouring is not one.
Okay, good.
Fair.
But so the hop oil is what keeps the foam there for longer.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Anyway.
On the same page. The beer I poured the other night, it just sat there for a while and I went,
okay,
hop oil. And I would have never said that prior to you, so I appreciate it.
Very you're welcome. Very
I still haven't fact checked it, so I'm not sure yet.
I believe it.
Nah, I believe it.
I was confident enough, so
you're very attractive. I'll buy it.
This was said earlier, but you know.
That's I'm not sure if we're talking about Tiffany or the girl in the picture with the wedding ring, but
I think it was the wedding ring.
You thirsty?
Nope.
Only because I got half of a beer.
I know, that's my bad.
All right, it is time for
Phil, I know you were thinking about this all week, so why don't you go first?
No. I feel like as if I go first, I'll just ruin it for everyone. So why don't you go first, Daniel?
Wow. Okay. I'll drag this out a bit if you need more time. But
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mine's actually really simple this week, really to the point. I just wish cops were beer so that I'd be excited to see one.
That is a great...
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
That is all you should say, and it's fantastic.
I have a whole notebook of shit on this one, but I was like, maybe I should just settle down.
Tiffany?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you wish was beer?
I have two.
No, you get one.
Yeah, you get one. You can save it for next week.
No, sir. It's my birthday week, and they are connected to my birthday.
First off, let's just. I have to discuss this. I'm going to. I'm bringing it up because it is a birthday. Now I will say. I will say I prefer week over birth month, which you hear.
Sure. That's a thing?
Oh, yeah. That's like
that is
Gen Z.
We can't all be the Kardashians. Just settle on a week.
But what makes you think you deserve a birth week out of?
Have you met me?
Can I? Oh no. Okay, no, not appropriate. You're right.
Birth week. So, what makes it a birth week compared
Really,
to a birthday?
my birthday sucked this year, so I'm taking a whole freaking week.
If you'd let her get to her wish,
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the wish you were beer.
thank
part.
you. Go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, two things. One, I wish cheesecake was beer, so I didn't have to like try and like calculate the calories between the two. I could just enjoy them at the same time, and it would be the same amount of calories. Because cheesecake is one of those things that you just don't really want to look at the calories, but you're like, this is delicious, much like beer. And my second thing is that every birthday, for whatever reason, I like to torture myself and look in the mirror and like look at my wrinkles and gray hair and go, oh, Tiffany, like one more year, man, that year did a number on you. And I started noticing like the lines here, and I definitely have like smile lines and gray hair. So I just wish wrinkles and gray hair were beer. So I'd be like, yes, more.
I was wondering where that was going. I was like,
That's all.
we're gonna bring it back around to balanced any day now.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah.
Does anyone in the comments have something they wish was beer this week? No.
Phil, are you
Phil.
that lost?
Still have not found one yet.
No. This week, so I wish that reality TV was beer, because when it is on my TV, I wish I was drinking beer instead of it being on my TV.
Okay.
Because
TVing it up, huh?
yeah, there's been a lot of it. It's been it's been a big birthday week for me. So I've been watching a lot of reality TV, and Gabriel. We haven't even mentioned Gabriel tonight. We've left him all by himself.
Which this is my favorite, actually.
I got you.
Beautiful beer.
Wish
So
my kids were.
What are you watching?
So really got into 90 Day Fiance.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So
Really into that.
Guilty pleasure as well.
Which
What?
I just I've never really been a reality TV person.
I know you live in a different reality than all of us, so
Right,
it's difficult
birthday week.
to come together.
I am a reality show. But just no one's filmed it yet.
Mm.
I'm pretty cool.
Only the coolest people say that, so you must be.
Anytime I have to announce myself in the room as, hey, does anybody know I'm cool?
Vera wishes that masks were beer, so Ted Cruz lookalike on the Q train would bloody wear one.
I'm for this.
That's funny.
I wish Ted Cruz would wear a mask all the time over his full face, so I wouldn't have to see it so much. But that's me.
So I see Ted Cruz lookalikes all the time. I saw one the other day, and I almost took a picture and sent it to you because I was like, "Oh my God, it's Ted Cruz!" But it's not. It's not.
But
him.
it's not.
No,
I
this
mean,
guy
if you're
was
seeing-
fully masked and
I feel like
Yeah.
if you're seeing a lot of Ted Cruzes, we should just shut down the country at this point.
I-
If there's a lot of them popping up, like shut it down.
Why are you seeing Ted Cruz like in your? Like I'm just seeing Ted Cruz everywhere because they say if you really want to see something, you'll look for it everywhere, and you're just seeing Ted Cruz.
I think I
everywhere?
saw one, and then I just continued to like see them. Like I was like, "Oh my God, that guy looks like Ted Cruz," and then
Okay.
it just became a thing.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
like, "It's basically anyone who's overweight and a man
And
and has
sweaty and gross. Yeah, so it's
Hey.
a lot of America.
Easy on the sweaty people. I'm a very sweaty person, Phil. I feel
I
like
tried
you know
so
that.
hard to find it. It's like it just went silent, but even I froze. I couldn't even come up with a screen thing to
perfect.
throw up.
Perfect. Well, listen. What are you doing next week?
yeah.
Let's get into that.
You know what's funny? It's like we've had this is such a great show. I was so excited to have them on with us. That was everything I could have ever dreamed for. They were so fun.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Everything that I hoped for. I'm so happy that they joined us. So it's really hard to now go to like a brewery that is not as independent and fun. Like, we're not going to get this next Beers Brewery probably on the show.
I will try.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, if you do, I'd be very interested to see what the difference is, because we're going from this super like
you should.
We're going from this like. I mean, I believe you because you got them on our show, so I'm not against it. But it'd be interesting to talk to them as a bigger brewery. So next week we are doing Brooklyn Lager, which if you're in New York is very easy to find, and apparently you guys can find it easily too. How big is this brewery? I didn't realize that it was so.
I think they're relatively. I think they're relatively big on the East Coast.
Okay.
I don't know about like out on the West Coast, but anything coming out of New York or Florida, technically, a lot of breweries out of Florida pretty much do the entire East Coast as well, just because Interstate 95 exists. It's pretty easy to ship beer up and down the East Coast without a whole lot of pressure.
That, and I think the labeling is relatively similar across all the state lines.
Yep.
And that's kind of where breweries they have to, so when you go across state lines, they have to have certain things on there. So it has to have the ABV, like a government warning label. It has to have.
Don't drink if you're pregnant.
Right. So they have to have very.
Guys, we learned something new about Gabriel. Gabriel's from Maine. We're getting more and more information from Gabriel.
And
how are the Pokemans out there? You catching a lot? I'm just going off of the picture.
I'm saying, and Maine beer we had on tap.
Yeah, we just had Maine beer yesterday on tap at a restaurant.
I did see that you guys checked that in. I've got a Maine beer in the fridge that I picked up. It's called something Sap, and it's made with maple syrup from Maine.
Yeah. I don't think we've had that.
I can't wait to check that in. I mean, that's going to be a good beer. I'm not saving that for this show. This beer has been sitting in my fridge for a month. Do you know how hard that is? Yes.
It's the worst.
We've got Beer Drop is actually coming tomorrow. We've got to pick our new beers.
Is it tomorrow?
I think it was April 9th is when they revamp it, and then it gets delivered to mid-April. So we gotta figure that, and we'll add those to our list once, because our list is getting low. So
it is. I would say after Brooklyn Lager, I think we decided to go with another easily accessible beer for both coasts. We're gonna do Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I was also thinking
going off script. I don't even have a thing for that.
It doesn't matter.
Fine. It's fine. And then I was also thinking in the near future, after we kind of work through some of the other beers that we're picking out through Beer Drop, if they come up in time, we could also do like Fat Tire or something that we've talked about of like what was the beer that you used to drink as a kid.
Tiffany, you have kids. I'm very concerned.
Tiffany grew up on Fat Tire, you guys. You don't even know.
They just put it in my bottle.
Right. Go to sleep, baby Tiffany. Here's some Fat Tire.
God. No. I meant like when you were like able to buy beer and bring it somewhere.
When you were a kid, I agree. But
just when you shared six packs. Back when Tiffany shared them. That's a deep cut for anyone who's been watching the show long enough.
One beer today. I literally shared one beer today. It's a thing. It's a lifestyle.
It is.
You're welcome.
All right, so we got Brooklyn Lager coming up next week, Sierra Nevada the following week.
Yep, and then we're going to try and do a Beer Drop beer.
Right. We've got a Beer Drop coming, I think, this weekend, early next week, and so we'll line it up and we'll set some really nice stuff up for the future, which will have to, again, sit in my fridge for months while I stare at it.
I love it.
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
But anyway, and then Fat Tire.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I don't think we want to do. We can't do Brooklyn. We'll see. We'll see where we're at. But
I'm gonna hit up all of these breweries and be like, "Yo, dog." So
end well.
I think that should help.
Yeah. All right, Phil, you take us out.
Hold on. I just want to. No, the technology's killing me. I just want to give a shout out to Rails End Beer Company again for coming on our show. This was I'm stopping by Colorado, Rails End, to see these guys.
Nice.
I mean, I love the story of Nate working his way up to head brewer. That is a dream come true that I for him. You know, it's a dream of mine, but I got to watch him come true. God, we gotta shut this show down. This is not ending well.
Words are hard.
But yeah, definitely a big shout out to Rails End. If you are in Broomfield, Colorado, definitely swing by Rails End. Let them know we sent you. They seem like really cool guys. And how fun that they came on the show tonight. I had a blast. All right, you guys got any last words?
No.